So, good evening. Welcome back to another show, another video. And I'm John, and tonight I'm going to do an interview with a Chelsea fan, and he's from Japan. And I'm so delighted to get him on my chat. And if you like the video, could you please stick the like on my video, subscribe if you are new, and also leave your comments in the sections down below. So, I'm going to get him on now. His name is Lionel, and there he comes. Lionel, good evening to you, my guy.
Hey, good morning for me, actually. Good morning over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's 4 o'clock in the morning in Japan. Is that right?
Exactly.
Wow. Did you get enough sleep in the end, or?
No, well, usually I try to sleep like maybe 1 or 2 hours before games, but today I didn't. So no, it's like I didn't sleep at all today.
Good for you, bless you. Because you got a game tonight, haven't you? Against Spans in the FA Cup, and so I'm gonna try and get you away for that one. I won't keep you too long. I'll make sure you get your live games and then away. So if you like our videos and my video, could you please take a like on my channel, and please subscribe if you're new. Leave the comments sections down below. So we're going to talk about your club, Chelsea, and this season so far. And so, how do you think it's going so far? I mean, Frank Lampard has been sacked about a month ago, and Thomas Tuchel was taking over the club, and he's doing okay. What's it? 4 games played, 3 wins or a draw, and it seems like he's getting the best out of his players. I mean, what do you think so far, Lionel?
Well, it's the very usual Chelsea, actually, because it's been like that ever since Abramovich bought the club. Something like how long it's been, like 20 years, something like that. And we've always had like great coaches. We kept them for maybe 2 years, and then the team couldn't. I don't know. Like we've never like kept any coach for like more than 2 years, and it's a little bit sad because I was hoping for Frank Lampard to stay for like a long time, not like Ferguson, but like longer than that. And I thought he did very well on his first year without the transfer windows, without any new players. And he brought all those new players, those youngsters, and the team played pretty well last year. And I was wondering what happened this year, because team nothing was going on well. Like we started pretty brightly, and then we just faded away, and a bit quick to change the coach, but hey, nothing we can do about it. And I think Tuchel is doing like a great job. 4 games, as you said, 3 wins, 1 draw. Especially against Tottenham, I thought the team was really great, did really well, put a lot of pressure on the opponent, and didn't give them space, didn't give them the time to build, or didn't give them like any chances. So great, so far so good.
Good for you, man. I mean, you had Roman Abramovich being the order for 17, 18 years, and you said there they don't keep the managers longer than 2 years. Also, was manager for 3.5 years from 2004 until 2017, when he got sacked after the Rosenborg game, I think it was. And after that, it's just 2 years. Ancelotti, he did fantastic on the double in his first season, and then the second season run out. Then he got the sack. And Frank Lampard, for me, I mean, he came in as a hero, and in my personal feeling, I don't think he was ready for the Chelsea job yet. He should have gave another season at Derby County, get up, and then get them consolidated into the Premier League in the mid-table, and then after that, take on the Chelsea job. But for me, my personal opinion, I think Lampard went to the Chelsea job too early, and now he had his chance. For me, he's just ruined it first, And do you think Frank can come back in football again?
Well, we all. He's a legend, really. He's like He's the if you're like, I mean, if you're like a true Chelsea fan, you can't hate the guy. You can't blame him or anything. You just feel sorry for him, and you want him to have like a good career and to do well. I mean, I remember when he moved out of Chelsea and he went to what was it, like New York City, but then he was loaned back to Man City, and he played against Chelsea, he scored against Chelsea, and the fans didn't boo him. The fans even like they were like cheering for him, even though he scored against us. So it's a guy that we can't dislike him. We'll always support him, and we truly hope, like I truly hope, that he will come back one day, stronger, better, wiser, and he will, because I think he's a genius, really. I think he's very smart. He's been he's always been very professional. So yeah, hope so, really hope so, and I believe.
Let's hope so, because he's still young. What is he, 42? And he'll get another job straight away. His stock is quite high at this moment in time. And for me, I'll let him to come to Newcastle United, my team. But actually, we'll not pick him anyway, because he's not a yes man. And if you could have managed Newcastle, you have to be a yes man. Unfortunately, Mike, I shall come to later on. And I've just got a few messages here. Tom said, "Evening, John. Evening, Thomas. Hope you okay?" Claire, Manchester United fan. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you both? And I've got Guna called Richard, and I'll go on his content as well, and his chat. Absolutely amazing, so creative. Even fellas, I think Tuchel is a great appointment, and you got to agree with that, haven't you?
Exactly. Well, I'd like to talk about Tuchel, because like I'm half French. I'm not a fan of Paris Saint-Germain. I'm a Lille fan, actually. That's my team in France. But the thing is, like, in France, the people were like, the Paris Saint-Germain fans were a bit harsh on Tuchel, because the guy did a great job. He has like the highest percentage of wins for the club. He brought them to the Champions League final. He did so well for the club. But the thing is, like, right now, Paris Saint-Germain is like unmanageable. Like, it's really hard to manage the club. It's really hard to have like a great, like, how can I say, like, to control the team, to control your players, because you have like someone like Neymar, you have someone like Mbappe. They want to play. They don't want to come out. They don't want to come back and defend. So that's really hard. It's a really hard job, and I don't think Pochettino will do much better than Tuchel. And I think he's a great coach, and I'm pretty sure he's going to do well at Chelsea for maybe 2 years, and then we're going to lose him again, and we're going to get like a new coach. Well, I hope it's going to be more than 2 years, but I don't know what to think anymore, because it's been like that for too long.
Oh no! I mean, the fact is as well, he's done a fantastic job at PSG, and they help anyone in the Champions League since the owners take over the club. That's the one thing they want, the Champions League, and Tuchel nearly got them there at this moment in time. And I thought they gave him another season to put things right, and probably didn't get along with the owners at the end of the day, and that's why they got sacked him. So I hope Pochettino does well over there. I really do. But I think he's got extra time there, because he's a legend at the club, and and he used to play for PSG as well. But like I said, with Tuchel, like you said, it's a bit harsh, and they sacked him. He's gone to Chelsea. Let's see how long he's going to stay at Chelsea Football Club. And is here as well. Thomas, off the cuff there. Wilson, Sean Mancur out of 2 months. What do you think about that? I've had some massive blow from Newcastle.
Shaw is a great player. I love him. He's my countryman too. Like, I'm half Swiss, so love the player. He's really great for the national team, and we're gonna miss him, actually. So no, I really love the boy, and I was happy to see him like moving to England. Like, I really wanted to see like a few more Swiss players in England, and finally got Shar, finally got like a few Shaqiri, and they've been doing pretty well. So yeah, good player.
He's a class player on this day. I mean, I do like Shah. I mean, his passing ability is great. He brings the ball out forward. He play out from the back. But unfortunately, our manager don't do that, play out from the back, because he'd be fantastic at that. He's Swiss captain, and I hope they trigger his contract another year or two. I hope, and I hope the club thinks of that. If they don't, shame on them, because I think he'll end up going to Italy, I hope. So if he does go, I hope he goes to Italy. And I got Jay Beaver. I hope you're okay, Jay. How's it going, John Boy? Hope you're well, my guy. I'm absolutely fine, and so made up as well with my channel. And don't leave out Lionel, because he's a part of the things over the day. And Rich, he's my guy. And I got Rich Gain. What does Lionel think of Pepe's time at Arsenal? As he was great for a little. For me, I think it's
well, you know, like he did really well for my club in France. Like he was a great player, but like we got the coach for that. I mean, like I love our Galtier is like a great coach, one of the best we've got in France right now with Zinedine Zidane. And like he brought the best out of this player, and now he's bringing out the best out of Yazici and like other Turkish players right now at the club. I mean, Pepe is a great player, but I think he needs to have a coach who truly believes in him and who will like take good care of him. Maybe I don't know how to explain, but like Galtier has that he has this ability of bringing the best out of players and to give them like confidence, which right now Pepe doesn't have at Arsenal. And I feel really sad because I have a lot of my friends are Arsenal fans, funnily. And you know, when he moved to Arsenal, I was very happy for them, and I was very happy for, you know, Pepe, because I think he's a great player. But then, yeah, 1 year, 2 years, he lost his confidence. I think Arsenal, the whole team, is like that. It's not only about Pepe; it's also about all other players. I mean, they lost confidence. They don't perform well, and I think as much as I like Arteta, I think he's a great guy. He's very smart too. Maybe it's time to change the coach and bring someone who can, get the best out of Arsenal and Pepe.
Yeah, go on. I was gonna say as well, is Arteta the right guy to bring the best out of Pepe, but he just beat us to the punch. So probably not. But you know, I mean, for me, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'll be like that with Arteta, if I'm honest with you. And I heard people say that Arteta's the best young coach in world football. He's not the best young coach football in world football.
No, he's just like, I think he's just like Lampard, not ready yet for Arsenal. So I guess like give him a bit more time, give him like maybe like a few more years, and go back to Arsenal when they are better, with like a better like management, like behind the scene management, and I think the club will do much better. But right now it's a mess over there, and I really truly feel sorry for my Arsenal friends. And
I mean, thing is, so the Arsenal fans are splitting. I mean, Arteta's splitting the Arsenal fans. Is he good enough? He's not good enough. I think he's in the middle of this moment in time, and I've listened to Arsenal AFTV over and over again's channel. League Gone as well. League Gone is absolutely amazing. So for me, I think I can watch him all day, but he's a tough guy. But there you go. I got Gregory here. Can Lionel show new shirt over Nicholas Lauren?
Because we have a long history here in where I live in Japan. Clubs usually they put English everywhere. The thing is, like, they don't know the true meaning of, like, they don't ask native people about what. So this club called Shimizu Espals, great club, great fans, and they have this new slogan for the year. It's called penetrate, and that's their slogan of the year, to penetrate the defense. But you can't just write penetrate on its own. So they have like t-shirts. They wrote the slogan penetrate with like the logo of the team on the sleeve, and I bought one because I thought it's hilarious. Because why would you do that? Why don't you ask native English and, you know, ask their opinion before doing such kind of things? And it's like, it's been going on forever here in Japan. So this is not the first time. We had like a few years ago, like Tokushima Vortis, who wrote, their slogan was like, we fight with our fans, which was terrible too. Anyway, it's welcome to Japan.
Welcome to Japan. I've never done Japan, and you're right. I mean, Japan's a special place to go to, and I'd love to go to Japan, but I just don't have that chance anymore. But
great place for football.
Yes, they love the football, don't they? Love the
Oh,
Premier
yeah.
League.
Yes, yeah.
And I've got Thomas here, again, Newcastle fan. John, do you think Joe Linton will be starting from now on? I pray to God, please, no. I tell you what, I don't know if you watched Joe Linton for Newcastle. He's not a footballer. He's not a number 9. He ain't good enough. I don't know if you watched him for Newcastle in Japan. He is absolutely terrible, him, I'm telling you. He doesn't press. He can't even the ball up. His first touch is like an elephant. He's got a touch of element, this guy. 6'2", and he's a poor player. I'm sorry, but he is. But less to him in a minute. And Richard again said, I would have taken Tuchel.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that, really.
I would in Newcastle. If you had a takeover, I would love to have Tuchel at Newcastle. No problems at all. But we got Steve, unfortunately. But it's all about Chelsea at this moment in time. And I want to talk to you about the way Tuchel plays his football. He plays a back 3-4-3 with Thiago Silva as the head of the back 3. I think he's a decent player at 36-year-old. In the midfield, you've got Kante's quality. You've got Pulisic is doing well. Saïd is doing good things. The problem I've got with Chelsea at the moment is Timo Werner. Now, he came to Chelsea with a reputation, £50 million, and he was doing great things at Leipzig. He's doing bits of Leipzig. And when he came to Chelsea, everyone was going to do the same. It hasn't worked out in the minute. He just cannot score goals.
We've had problems with our strikers from when, like, you remember Shevchenko when he came to Chelsea? He was absolutely, I'm not going to say any bad words, but he was crap when he played for us, Shevchenko. Then we had like Crespo too. He was good with Man United. Then he came to Chelsea. He wasn't good enough. We had so many problems with strikers, and the best one we got like recently, well, of course we got Drogba. Drogba was amazing, totally amazing. Like, I love the guy. I miss him so much. But ever since him, like, we got like what, Giroud. That's maybe our best striker, and like that guy is impressive. Like, he's like what, 34, 33, and he's still really still performing really well. World class striker, really. And Timo Werner, he needs time. He needs confidence. He will get it. Like, I felt so sorry for him when he, like, his teammate gave him like a penalty. They gave him the ball for him to take the penalty, and he missed it. And I was like, it's not gonna get any better. But fortunately, his last 2 games were decent. The last one was great. He played really well, and he's getting better. And I think Tuchel will bring the best out of him. The German connection will definitely help a lot. Will help bring him back his confidence. So it's just a matter of time, I guess, and I hope.
Fingers crossed for him. Well, I think Tuchel have been best out of Timo. And another player as well as Kai Havertz. So he came to you guys for £90 million or close to that. And everyone's bigging up and saying that he's going to be the next best thing. At Bayern Leverkusen, I thought he's a magnificent player, score goals and attacks well. I would have took him all day long for a takeover. But again, I don't know what's happened to him. Is the Premier League too quick for him, or does he need a bit of time?
Well, the thing is, like, he got like the coronavirus, right? He got infected by the virus, and I heard that a few other players who got infected too couldn't get back into like good shape. Found it really hard to get back into like shape. So it might take quite a lot of time for him to come back and to be physically maybe strong, because right now it looks like he can't play 90 minutes. So I don't want to be too harsh with him. I don't want to put the blame on him or anything. I just, let's wait and see, because he got really sick, and we don't know what that could do to your body. So let's give him a bit more time, and if within 6 months he's not back to his to like a decent level, then really, then we would have to think about like what's happening, and maybe it would not be like only due to the virus or something like that. So
Sure. I mean, personally, I don't think it's a Lampard signing anyway. I think that's a Roman signing at the end of the day. I think most of it's a Roman signing. I think Frank Lampard's the head coach, and he had no say he's going to come in, sort of thing. And I don't know if you got the best out of these players, But at the end of the day, I think Lampard had to work with what he's given, and it's a shame because it didn't quite work out for him. So, and there's another player I like to watch as well for you guys is Sajic as well for Hungarian, came for Ajax. When he's not injured a lot, the guy is absolutely quality. He's got good feet, lovely left foot, scores some cracking goals, and I enjoy watching this guy play. And I want him to make it to Chelsea, and I think he will do. So, what hopes have you got for this guy? Have you got high hopes for him? And do you think he'll make it to CFC?
Oh yes, I really like the guy. I think he's a great player, and I want to see him more. Now, what I'm wondering is like because I've seen like Hudson-Odoi play a lot since Tuchel took over, and I wonder if like Mason Mount and Hudson-Odoi won't be like Tuchel, like two favorite players, and they're gonna get maybe a lot of like playing time, and ZH might have to share time with Pulisic. So let's see. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I truly hope he's going to get more time because I really love the boy. I think he's great. I think he's really skilled, clever with the ball, elegant to see. I like to see him like with the ball. He's very elegant, great player. So I truly hope to see more of him. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen because it seems that Hudson-Odoi is getting a lot of time, and which is good. He's a good kid too. He's great. So he deserves he deserves to get that playing time. So, but we got so many players. Like I mean, that's one good thing about Chelsea. If you compare, for example, Chelsea and Arsenal, is like we have a very decent bench. So if you get like your good 11, you get like good 11 players, and then you get like a really decent bench. While Arsenal, if they get like one injured or two injured players, they don't have the bench to sub those players, to replace those players, and they're having troubles with that right now. And so we are lucky. We are very lucky. But then at the same time, when all the players are fit, like you can't make everybody happy. So you're gonna have to choose 11 players to start the game, and then those other players won't get so much time. And I don't want to be I wouldn't want to be the coach right now, really. What it's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment in time, it's a tough choice because Chelsea's got a big team there, a big squad at this moment in time. Guys, could you please like and subscribe to my channel, and please could you follow Lionel Piguet on his Twitter account? And he loves his football, and you talk about anything about football, especially in Japan. So please get him followed, and yeah, go from there. And yeah, I want to talk about your great Chelsea games. I mean, obviously did your job as quality, yes, we know that. But what's been your favorite Chelsea games of all time?
The player I love the most for Chelsea?
Yeah.
It's very hard. Like I started liking Chelsea. Well, I started following the club in, was it like 1992 when there was a great goalkeeper called Karin, who moved like he's a Russian goalkeeper. He played like for Russia, for the Soviet Union during the 1992 Euro, and I thought he was a great player. And I follow him, and I thought he was a great goalkeeper. And then like during that time, 1994, 1995, John Spencer, who I really like the boy John Spencer. Zola, who came after. I think Zola is one of my very favorite player. Drogba, Lampard. If I had to choose between, for example, like Zola and Drogba or Lampard, it's I don't know who. I don't know. I can't choose. I love those three players. Like equally.
Oh man, it's hard with us Chelsea fan. I don't know who I'd pick out of those three. Probably John Terry on top as well. You got Frank Lampard as well. You got some decent players there as well, man. Yeah. Oh man, I have to say for me, I have to say Drogba because the guy is absolutely phenomenal. The guy's going to score. He's
totally agree.
Strong and hold on the player. Oh man, this mutant's fantastic. I watched him first played when he played against my team, Newcastle, when he played for Marseille in the UEFA Cup back in 2004. Jonathan Woodgate was absolutely outstanding against him.
Mm-hmm.
He had 4 good chances to put the game to bed at St. James's Park, and Shay Given made some good saves. And when he scored twice against us away league, I thought, my God, this player is going to be the best striker in the world. And I was not very far off. And you get a big money move to Chelsea for £23 million, £24 million. First season wasn't great, but the second season for Villa, my God, he thought us out. First season, he was diving over the pitch and the fans was getting on his back. And look, he made it. He's a Chelsea legend, and look at, he's got to be up there with the very best strikers of all time for Chelsea, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. What would be your player at Newcastle? Your favorite player of all time?
I was asked that question last night on the questions and answers show last night, and for me, it has to be Alan Shearer. I mean, you got other strikers like Les Ferdinand, Andy Cole, Malcolm McDonald, Peter Beardsley. We have some great strikers there as well at the club, and this guy,
amazing.
He's been in the club for 10 years. He's scored 260 odd goals at the club in 10 years, breaking the record as well. I'll tell you something, we paid what, £50 million for him. The world records at the time back in 1996. And my God, he was worth every single penny. And I think it's a couple of years after that, he had a real bad injury, right? I think he's out for something like 4 or 5 months. And he still scored 20-yard goals for us. What happened if he scored, if he's stayed injury through that season, he would have put 40 away. Oh my God, this guy is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. PS, skill, a lot. And for me, it was just dynamic. I mean, there'll never be another striker Alan Shearer at my club. No way.
The only reason why Newcastle couldn't do better during that time is because Man United was too strong, right?
Correct. I mean, you was 12 points ahead back in 96, 12 points ahead. If you won that game or even draw against them, I think we would have won the league. But we bottled it. We bottled it big time. I think the players did not believe in themselves they were going to do it, in my opinion. And once that chance went, I thought he was never, ever going to win the league. Never. Yeah. And that's a shame because we had the players to do it. We had the manager.
And we had everything during that time. I thought the team was great, and I thought Alan Shearer was doing absolutely amazing for the team. And I really thought like you could have won that league actually. And I felt a bit sorry, kind of. Not a big fan of Man United, so that's why.
I know, but all it is as well. I mean, we were 3-2 up against Liverpool, lost 4-3. A goal up against Blackburn Rovers and lost 2-1. Later on, goal against Forest. I think it was Leeds. So goal against Leeds and only drew. We have dropped so many points, and that really cost us the title. And if you won the league that day, oh my God, or that season, oh my God, it would have been the City would have been an absolutely like an earthquake.
Because actually, you're like well known for having some of the best fans in the Premier League. Like I mean, like you're a little bit like Marseille in France, or let's say like Dortmund in Germany. Like you got great fans. You got like the people there following the team. You got everything. I mean, really, you really do have everything to have one of the best team in the Premier League. And I never understood like why Newcastle have gone from a very decent team, from like a title contender to like relegation, like fighting against relegation for the past few years. What's happening over there?
I'll tell you what's exactly happened. It's Mike Ashley. I mean, he came as an owner in 2007, which has been owner for the club for 14 years, right? 14 years, right? Before that, when the Premier League was assisted, right? Please take a like to my videos. Please subscribe as well, please, and leave comments in sections down below. I'll be very appreciated. And basically, right, I mean, 1992 Premier League came out, right? And we've not been relegated. We have not been relegated since 1989. Got promoted back in 1993.
Yeah.
Right? And then, like actually took over, right? We had 2 relegations, 3 near misses, right? We finished 5th and finished 10th, right? Finished 13th. No, 12th, then 13th last season, right? Mike Ashley is not an ambitious owner. He wants to spend very little, and Newcastle fans back up on this. He spends very little return. His remit is to finish 17th every season, right? 17th all the time. he doesn't care about qualifying for Europe. He does want to get in the Champions League. He don't want to in the trophy, right?
Mhm.
And you don't want everything on the cheap. But at the end of the day, we want this owner out because he's the one that's killing us, the fans. 14 years, and he killed our dreams, yeah? When Rafa Benitez left, right?
Yeah.
The season again, 2 seasons ago now, believe you me, our club is dead. Absolutely dead. So he's gone from a world-class manager, right, to manager. He's had more clubs than cabbage, right?
Yeah.
See Bruce, right? He went to Sheffield Wednesday, right? He went to Sheffield Wednesday, and he basically says he's going to try and get them up, yeah. But when his name mentioned to be linked to Newcastle United, I've said, "Oh, please no, God no, God no." He's gone for a world-class manager to a puppet manager. He should not be at Newcastle because the results hasn't been great. Now people's telling us and say we won 2 of the last 3 games. How about winning 2 of the last 14 games, bro? Do you know what I mean? That ain't good enough. They try to put this positive spin aside, but no. End of the day, we are still poor. 2 wins from 14 games. That's relegation form, and that's why he won't boost out. But actually won't do it because he's a gambler. He always sack him, right? Or manager like Steve McLaren with 10 games, 8 games ago before it's too late.
It's fun because in France, people were actually making fun of Newcastle because you were buying all our French players, but those were not great, and we knew it. We saw them play, and we were but they didn't see them play. Why would you buy this guy? And we were but and people were actually making fun of teams like Newcastle or West Ham for getting our players for big money, but not even decent players. And I thought what are they doing? Don't they watch other leagues and try to get some proper players who can actually control the ball? So I felt so sorry for you guys. You had a time when that was maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago when you had Ben Arfa, the little winger.
World class.
I mean, the guy is great with the ball. He's technically amazing, but he's so unprofessional and so not smart. Kind of not really smart. And then you got so many other French players, and we were and those were not even decent. And I thought it was really weird, very weird.
Well, the only 3 players who was decent, I mean, Graham Carl, chief scout, was told to look for the cheap options in French clubs like Gabriel Obertan, not good enough. Yeah, let's be real about it. I think it's poor. Man, you celebrate when they sold them to us, yeah? And people say, you gotta give him a chance, man. Well, no, if they're not good enough, it gets towards. Do you know what I mean? I say it like it is, real talk, yeah? He ain't. Amitano, he came from, I can't remember which French club he came from. I can't remember that French club. There's a little French club. He wasn't good enough, yeah? Matson Adara. I mean, listen, he had the talent, but he wasn't good enough in the end of the day. I felt sorry for him. He had a long-term injury and he wasn't the same player at Wigan. That was poor. I mean, Howe, Sylvain Malvo, right? He ain't good enough. Seriously, man. I mean, Liverpool, he failed a medical in Liverpool. He failed a medical in Liverpool, right? And then a week later, Newcastle came in for him and got him. And he was on 50 grand a week. £50,000 a week. Sylvain Malvo. Real talk, no word of a lie, yeah? And he must be thinking, you know what? I'm going to make myself rich in Newcastle here now. I'm not going to get much games. I'm going to make yourself rich. You know what I mean? But I think I'm not sure if he came from Bordeaux. I could be wrong on that. But at the end of the day, I thought he had a lot of injuries. Right? Why are we signing injury players? But the best 3 clubs, the best 3 players we had in my book, right? Well, we couldn't say he's French anyway. We got Papi Cisse, but he wasn't French and he speak French. Young Kabay and Moussa Sissoko
was a great player. He was good. He was really good.
Sissoko and he has his flaws, man. Sissoko, he can be lazy, but when he's on it, the guy is absolutely amazing. But when he's not on it, then it goes missing. But Young Kabay for me was the best French player at Newcastle for a while. But for me, altogether, Laurent Robert, David Ginola, you cannot beat these 2. and Liverpool.
Ginola was a genius, really, and he's really fun still now. The guy is so arrogant that it's actually really fun to listen to him, and he's on another planet. Like really, he's not on planet Earth. He's like on planet somewhere else. He's like somewhere else. And when he talks, he would use like the third person, like he thinks talking about himself, like Ginola thinks he would talk like that, and it's like so weird. He's such a weirdo, but like we love him so much because the guy is a genius with the ball, and he's actually super fun. But yeah, he's a little bit of a weird, really. Just like, do you know Jean-Claude Van Damme, the like actor? He's pretty much like Jean-Claude Van Damme, like very much like him actually. They're really like, they're really like,
you know, yeah. I'll tell you what, he's a great actor. He's a good actor, you know. Like, he wants to manage a football, but I think he'd do well if he came to Newcastle. He would have no managerial experience, but I don't think he'd be any good at this moment in time. And I think the pressures of the game today, where he had heart attack a couple of years ago, we're not doing any good at all. But I do like Ginola. He's been great at first a couple of seasons against Spurs, decent player, and
amazing.
I've got Thomas here. John, do you think Timo Werner will score against us? I wouldn't be surprised if he did, you know.
Well, like, I mean, no disrespect, but like Newcastle is like a team that you have to beat. If you're like Arsenal, if you're Chelsea, if you're Man United, Newcastle is a team that you have to beat. A draw is not enough. So
no, not for you.
Yeah.
So I've got one, Eric. He constantly chats all the time, and he's a great guy. And he's down to call me chat as well, sort of. And he will be one day. I can guarantee you one thing, yeah, because he sounds an interesting guy. He knows what he's talking about, and also, right, he speaks sense. So I've got one for Eric here, and I'll ask you as well. Ashley is all interest in profit. He left our squad bare, ripped the heart and soul out of the fans. Let's put the City as well there, Eric, as well, if I'm honest with you. And if you don't get a takeover in the next 3 years, our club is ending up in free fall. I'll say, if we don't get taken over this season, we're done.
Don't end up like Sunderland, really. Don't end up like them. That would be sad. Like you don't want to see that the derby in Championship. You don't want to see like Newcastle, Sunderland in Championship or like in League One. This is like a no-go. Would you actually? Would you like to see Sunderland back in the Premier League or not at all? Like you're happy to see them in League One?
What was here? We missed the derbies, right? We missed the derbies, but at the end of the day, I don't want to be relegated and so I'm getting important in the Championship. I really don't. But if we ever play them, it's going to be our time. We have not beaten Sunderland in 7 games. We lost 6 in a row, and then we got a point. Last time we played, we got a point off them. And that was against Sunderland when Aleksandar Mitrovic got the equalising goal and could have won it in the end. But would I play him again? In the Premiership, yes.
Would you be happy to see them back in the Premier League or not?
To be honest with you, no. I don't want them back. I do not want them back. They can stay there, do you know what I mean? Because fans, if you listen to me chat. So listen, they laughed at us when we got relegated. They laughed at us. They laughed at us not once, but twice. The last time we got promoted to the Premier League, Sunderland got relegated.
Got relegated, yes.
That was bliss. Absolute lit, baby. But Diaz just look at the end of the day, he's just going back to what Eric's been saying. I mean, we need to take over this year, and if we don't, like you say, we could be in 3-4. And if you go down in 3-4, if you get relegated, we're not get back up again. No way. We're not get back up. Ashley probably put some money into the club to get us back up again. But I don't understand why we get relegated. Then he puts some money into the club to get us back up again. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't work. You've got to be in the Premier League.
You've got to be in the Premier League, because if you drop to Championship, to win the Championship or to go back up, it's very difficult. The Championship is such a difficult league. You get to play so many games. It's exhausting. You go like it's no, it's not. It's a no go for Newcastle. If you go back down, if you go back to Championship, I think you'll be in trouble, and I think you will stay there for maybe like a few years, and then you don't want to end up like like Nottingham Forest. How long have they been there for? They've been there for like ages. I mean, or look at Wigan. Wigan, they are not now like in League One. They're gonna drop to League Two. Terrible. So no. Stay in the Premier League. Really, you have to.
Gotta be. And I get people saying on me chat and people on Twitter and social media saying they'd rather get relegated just as Ashley says it as owner. And to be honest with you, mate, I just don't want that to happen. I want to be in the Premier League. And if you get relegated, you've got 12 players out of contracts at the end of the season. 12 players out of contract at the end of the season. That is poor ownership, right? And we got a couple of players like Christian Atsu, and we also got Omri Salve, right? They were on long contracts, yeah. They're out of contract at the end of the season, and they were picking up 45,000 pounds a week, right? That's a lot of money. We're not playing football, and I'll blame the club for that. The transfer policy is an absolute joke, right? They give him like long contracts, 5-6 year contracts. We had Jack Colback. He used to play for Sunderland, came on a free. He was on a 6-year deal on 40-50 grand a week, and we could not get her off the wage bill. On one loan deal that was at Nottingham Forest, and the last season I think it was, he just hardly played football. He just couldn't get in the team, and he was picking all that money and hardly hit the bar for us. And this is why Newcastle, the way they're doing the business is wrong. But like I said, we pay 40 million for Joe Linton, right? Rafa Benitez wants him, right? Mike Ashley apparently told Rafa, we're going to buy him anyway, whether you like it or not. So Rafa just decided to leave at the end of his contract. Still got Joe Linton in for 40 million pounds on a 6-year deal, and he's on 95,000 pounds a week.
Wow.
And he is the worst centre forward in my lifetime in Newcastle. And I don't care what anyone says to us, because people say to us, there's a player in there. I've had someone ask the question last night, Steve, his name was, he's a great guy, and he asked, under a different manager, do you feel come good? Answer that one is no. Sorry, get rid, give him away. Terrible, man. He's not good enough. But I was going to say, I'm going to try and wrap this up in a minute, because I've been told that I've been on the streams for quite a long time, and I was told I've got to short me streams. If I want to boost me subscribers, I've been told I've got to do it a bit shorter, you know what I mean? So hopefully that's not true. It's down to the person at the end of the day. And I've got, let's look at this. Hi mate, I hope you're okay. And yeah, I was going to say, just a couple of questions there. Where do you think Chelsea will finish at the end of the season?
I hope in the top 4, and I think we can manage to we can make it to the top 4. But I think 4th is the best we can achieve this year, and I can't blame the coach for that, because he's got a new team. He's got like players to they have to get to know each other. They have to play with each other. It's like more to get used to the new style of play, to the new style of football, to adapt to British football, English football. So it's going to take some time. So if we finish 4th, I'll be very happy. As long as we're in the Champions League, I'm happy.
As a Chelsea fan, I think top 4 is the minimum this season. It has to be your minimum for the money you spent, and you have to be in that top 4. And when you get there, I think you'll just about do it. I really do. I think Liverpool struggling at this moment in time. Man U, for me, they'll be fine, no problems at all. Leicester's getting tough. Getting Leicester out of the top 4 is so difficult at this moment in time. And Liverpool's struggling like mad. I've got Eric here quickly. I generally haven't seen a worse centre forward in football. Never mind Newcastle. Good luck for the rest of the season, lineup, and stay safe. And that's from Eric for you.
Thank you so much. Well, you got like another ones, like Andy Carroll. Like, why do you have this guy on the team?
Well, the thing is, right, Andy Carroll in. The reason got Andy Carroll in, right, because it's to shut the fans up. Yeah, don't get us wrong. Andy Carroll's been great in the past year, but his injury, he's just got injuries all the time, and it's so frustrating. He has been injury free for a couple of months now, which is great, right? But West Ham let him go on the free because of that reason. Yeah. So for me, I think everyone's saying, oh, we got Andy Carroll back here, sort of thing. So Geordie's from Gateshead, Red Old Bridge, right? And basically, right, apparently they only got him to Newcastle just to shut the fans up. That's all it is, just to appease the fans. But he split the fans, he hardly played, right? I don't mind him playing, but I've Dwight Gale first because I'd rather have Dwight Gale. Now, Callum's going to be out probably for 2 months and the end of the season. And look, at the end of the day, I think Dwight Gale, I like him, but after the end of the season, he has to go. Andy Carroll, for me, I don't want to say this, but he needs to go as well. We need a couple of strikers in the summer badly because if you get rid of Gale and Carroll at the end of the season, we only have Joe Linton and Callum Wilson. We only got 2 strikers in the books. We need another 1 or 2, someone of quality, someone who's decent to back up the Callum Wilson. Joe Linton is not the answer, and I'm sorry, he ain't good enough for Newcastle.
Yeah, it's fun because like you really do have like problems up front. Like, I mean, like Atsu, Carroll, Gale, Wilson. I mean, really, you don't have any decent players up front. It's for a team like Newcastle, it's a bit weird. When you think of the past, when you think of when you had Alan Shearer or David Ginola, now you have like Gale or Andy Carroll. I mean, really, it hurts. Like,
it does, doesn't it? Really, man. At the end of the day, I totally agree. We're just gone so much backwards, sort of thing. That's we got Mike Ashley's owner, and we got a CEO called Lee Charnley. We hardly hear from him. He says he's going to communicate with the fans more in the summer, and it hasn't even happened. So they've been lying to us yet again. So I don't believe the guy. I mean, I don't believe Ross coming out of this club is a complete and utter shambles from top to bottom. And the manager, you can see Bruce, he's got no say comes to the consult. He needs to tell Ashley, we need 2 strikers in the summer. We need 2 midfielders as well. That is the priority, yeah? We need 2 right backs. You've got a player called Emil Kraft, and to me, he's just absolutely awful. If you think Hector Bellerin's bad, which I think he is, right? Hecky B, I'll call him Emil Crap. No, I'm going to call him Emily Crap. Emily, because he is poor. He is absolutely poor, yeah? And I'd rather have Emily Kraft playing a right back. At least she's a looker. But this guy, right? Everyone when we bought him, our fans called him the Swedish Cafu. Remember Cafu used to play for Milan, Brazilian? Everyone's saying that he's the Swedish Cafu. And I just sat back because I watch a lot of Italian football. So, yeah, football. I love Italian football, me. But when he was at Bologna, he was absolutely awful. And then he went to a French club called Amiens. French called Amiens, right? A small club. And they mugged us off for £7 million. They must have been laughing in the Franks.
Yeah.
Crap. How come he's the Swedish international? How come he's in that team? I just don't know, because the guy is absolutely useless. And I'm sorry, but he ain't good enough for my team. But it is what it is. I'd rather have that Ryan James. I'd rather take him.
I'd take
him. Hey?
I totally agree.
But I've got Eric as well. I wanted Bastrani on loan to partner Wilson. I think he's quality striker, just needs good running games. Eric, I love you, man, but I wouldn't take him because A, he doesn't score enough goals. B, he hardly plays. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, what do you think of Bastrani? Does he score a lot of goals? He does get a lot of games for you guys, doesn't he?
Well, yeah. Batshuayi. Don't know what to think of Batshuayi, really. He was at Marseille in the past. He was a decent player. He moved to Chelsea. He's not good enough I don't think he's good enough for the Premier League. I don't think he's a great player. He's not very smart with the ball. He's very has great skills, but not smart enough. So why would you want to get Batshuayi? Don't get like a player like that. Get like a decent player, someone who is smart with the ball, who is like who has a football brain kind of. And Batshuayi is definitely not that player that you want.
I totally agree. Yeah. Go on, carry on. Go on.
About?
No. I was going to say, I totally agree with you, Lionel. I totally agree 100%. I mean, another thing is, he hasn't played much games for Chelsea. Would you buy a striker who haven't been playing games for a year and take him on over? You wouldn't you? I wouldn't take a striker who haven't been playing for months. We had that in Ben Taleb, who played for Spurs, now he plays for Schalke, right? We took him. We only used him for pre-season training. That's all it was. But he was absolutely poor. His stats, right? He played 15 games for us last season. No assists, 0 goals, ain't good enough. And there's a reason why he's at Schalke at the bottom of the table. So, sorry, Eric, I'm not going to take that shiny. And if he's a Chelsea fan, that's what he's tying in the boot. And definitely nowhere. And if they do sign him, it will not improve us at all whatsoever, unless the guy proves us wrong. But I'd rather take Bill Gilmore on the season-long loan now.
Totally yeah. If you need someone in the middle, you should. There's like one player from the club from where I was born in Geneva, Servette, called Emery. He's like a midfielder, very young midfielder, Swiss player. He's a great player, and I think he would do great for your team. Really, Emery, great player. Really, get that guy.
Wow. I mean, well, we check up on this guy as well. So he'd be watched by German clubs as well. He looks a good player, Emily. So, and let's hope we get to keep an eye on him. And Eric said, John, we have 2 strikers on the bench every week, and that pretty much haven't played at all season. Yeah, that's right. He is miles above Joe Linton. What's take on that one?
Maybe a miles above, yes, but miles away from like a decent striker. That's the problem, really. He's not. Batshuayi is not doing that great. He's what, Crystal Palace right now? Is that right? Crystal Palace, right?
He has much goals, only for Patrick. He's on the first team.
Yeah, exactly. So he's not playing much. He's not scoring many goals. So no. I don't know why people. There are players like that. People love them very much. Let's for example, like Balotelli. Balotelli is the player that everybody wants to have. They like the name. They like the player. He's like a kind of like funny. He can score amazing goals when he works for the team. When he wants to play football, he's actually like a very decent striker. The thing is, like, he's lazy and he doesn't do anything, and he's just walking on the pitch. And Batshuayi is like one of those players, and that I don't think is great. I don't think he's a good player. If he gets like, if he wakes up kind of and like things like, okay, now I should work for the team and I should run more, I should do more, then he's gonna be like a very decent player. But right now, that's not the case. So don't get that player. There are so many other good players that you can get. Thinking of Japan, where I live, there's a player that who plays right now for Armenia. What's the name of the team in Germany? Doan. He's a like winger, right winger. He's a great player. I love the boy so much. I think he's great with the ball. He's very smart. He's very smart with the ball. He's a great kid. He was one of the only players in the team here in Osaka. He played for Gamba Osaka. He was one of the only players to learn English because he wanted to go abroad. The others, like Japanese are not so good at learning like other languages, but he was one of the rare to learn English, and I think he would be great for your team. Doan plays for Armenia in Germany. He's a great player. I like him very much. He's only 23 or 24. I would recommend him every day. He's great for the national team, scoring goals. He's a bit short, but what a player, really. I love him very much.
I mean, Belfield, is that the team, right? I mean, Belfield.
Yes. I mean, Belfield, exactly.
Yeah. Let me check on Duan this then, so we get checked out. So if I'll put on Twitter and get this guy checked out. We did add Muto as well, Yoshi Muto. Now he's out on loan at I think it's Elche. I think it's Elche.
But
why is he not made it in Newcastle? Why is he not made in the Premier League? Why?
That's the problem with Japanese players is that okay. Let me talk about someone who I admire when I was younger. Someone who I thought was a great player at Celtic, Nakamura, Shunsuke Nakamura.
Yes.
He's a great player. I mean, like, he's amazing. Like his free kicks, everything. He's such an amazing player. The thing is, like, he made it. So he was one of those few Japanese players who really made it and who really made an impact in Europe. But the thing is, like, they don't communicate with other people. They don't speak foreign languages. Like, how many players have come back from Europe and can't speak a word of English, German, French, or whatever? They just don't learn. They go to a club. They have their how do you say that, translator, like 24 hours a day with them, and they will translate everything. And so they don't need to learn English. They don't need to learn German. They don't need to speak foreign languages, and they don't get along with other players because they are on their own. And that's the problem with the Japanese players, and that's the problem with actually Japanese people too. People here don't speak good English. Like, I mean, my parents came to Japan for like 2-3 months when my daughter was born, and nobody spoke to them in English. Nobody, like, tried to communicate with them. They were only speaking Japanese to my parents, and that's the problem we have here. So that's why I guess Muto and other players, they just they are introverted. They don't, they don't communicate enough on the pitch, and that's the problem with the people here, and that's the problem with the players. But you take, like, for example, Yoshida can speak great English. He can speak a bit of Italian. The guy who was at Southampton and who is now at Sampdoria, great player, very smart. We got like a few players who are like actually smart, and they do communicate a lot, and they are outgoing. Those are the outgoing ones, and those are the ones who will
struggle,
like have an impact. But most players, even though they're really good here in Japan, and you see the potential, and you know that they are good enough to go to Europe, they fail. Let's see how Minamino does at Southampton now. The Liverpool players. I hope he's going to do well.
Under Jurgen Klopp, he will. I think he's out on loan in Southampton anyway, and he scored against us on Saturday as a Minamino. He scored against us on Saturday, and he's on loan at Liverpool. We could have done with him on Monday now because he offers something different. But yeah, no, he did. I mean, he's going to Southampton. I think he'd do okay there, and then come at Liverpool, better player. So I got Thomas here. John, who's better than Joe Litton or Werner? I think you know where that one is, Thomas. And Ritsu Doan, a fabulous talent. I watched him a few times this season, Lionel. So on that player, I 100% agree with you. Like I said, and two man said, good evening, lads. And you, my guy, and I hope you're okay. And just got Lionel in the chat, and he's an amazing guy. Like I said, I'm going to wrap this up in a minute, yeah? Just a couple more questions, because I know you're a busy guy, because you're a journalist as well. And
no problem.
And the first one, what do you think the score's going to be tomorrow? On Monday against Newcastle.
Wait, the game is at Chelsea, right? So
Chelsea.
I don't know. I would say like 3-1. I would say 3-1 for Chelsea. Yeah, I think because right now there's a new manager, and it's always been like that at Chelsea. I mean, when a new manager comes in, the players want to show their best. They want to perform. They want to be in the starting 11. So they're gonna be at their best for, let's say, like the first 10-20 games. They're gonna be like a very good level, and they'll play like they will try their best. So I think that right now is not the time to play Chelsea. I think right now is the time to, you don't want to play them right now. You will want to play them maybe at the beginning of next season. That's when there will be like some new players, and that's when the teams will do it again and again. New season, and then it's like kind of like a mess, and yeah, exactly. So you don't want to play them right now.
Good for you. I'm confident 3-1 now. I'm going to say, well, Eric's gone for 3-0. I'm going to go for 3-0 to Chelsea as well. You just mentioned there do it at the beginning of the season. Like, I mean, these days now, the first season is going to be like 3-4, 5-0, but it's not. They're not going to go full pedal on the first game. They're not going to go full blast on the first game.
But then again, you did well against Southampton, so like I don't think it's going to be that easy. I do not think it's going to be that easy because I thought your game against Southampton was good. Well, the beginning was really good. You started really well, and then you kind of like faded away. But the team did really well, and I thought, yeah, you deserve the 3 points. And great. Even with 10 men, with like 1 man down, when you played like 10 against 11, you were still really good. And Southampton didn't look so, they didn't get like that many chances. So
sure.
I don't think it's going to be that easy for us against Newcastle.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Good point. I got Russ in the chat, even John Lionel, and Russ said Chelsea won 1-0 in third. Russell, I think it's going to get worse. It's going to be 3-0, mate. You know what I mean? I really do. But if they lose on Monday, I'll fully expect it because Chelsea are a good team. So there you go. And that's going to be it for Russell because your game's going to be starting in a minute against Barnsley in the FA Cup.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the game on exactly. Yeah.
And one more question I've got to ask you: did you enjoy coming on to me show?
Oh, lovely! Really, I love that. It's really good to talk with the outsider because we can't travel right now. I usually travel a lot for my work. I usually go out of the country very often, and right now it's been like 1.5 years. I'm stuck in Japan, and it's hard. So I'm very happy to hear like people from outside talk to the outside world.
Wow!
Because just like UK, we are on an island, so we can't get out. It's like we're stuck here.
So it matters as well, man. I mean, you know what it's in Japan. It's still obviously it's a lockdown. Are people still going out in Japan? Is people going out, or is it quiet, or are they being safe?
No, so the good thing is like well, as you know, like I take pictures like of sports events of football, the J League, the basketball leagues and everything, and we still have fans at the stadiums. So right now, when I go to work, there will still be fans inside the stadium. There will be like 30% of the capacity inside the stadium. So it's very good. They can't sing, they cannot cheers, they can clap and they can clap. But they cannot wave the flags or things like that. So it's a bit weird. It feels like you're in a church, but you do get once in a while when there's let's say like the home team scores, you will see people like jumping up and like cheering for their team, like all of a sudden like for like maybe like 10 seconds, and then they will just sit down and come, and then everything will be quiet again. It's like kind of weird. But the life here right now is kind of back to normal. You have to wear a mask when you go out. You have to be careful. We don't go out too much, but it's kind of like back to normal. So we are lucky because we only have like 2, 3, 4,000 infected a day, new cases a day. So we are lucky. I'm lucky. I'm really lucky.
Sure, good for you. I mean, back home as well, as people aren't listening at all whatsoever. There's still people going on roads. I mean, I do deliveries every day, and on the motorway, it is still absolutely chock ass sort of thing as well. Even though the ghost towns is a bit quiet, but there's still people traveling who don't need to at the end of the day. I mean, look, if they were, and they're talking about getting schools back opening, and if they do that, unfortunately, it ain't going to get any better. If you open the schools, the colleges, and the unis, I'm sorry, it's going to be worse than it was before. And so, just quick one, wrap this very quickly. Russell's being a Gooner. He doesn't like Chelsea. Wishes all the best. He's an Arsenal fan. He's a Gooner. So, what can you say? And then John and Fogel will watch along on Monday. That'll be great. I think Lan's going to be busy, and I could always try and get him on at some stage, but I've got Paul watchers to watch along, and it'd be great. So yeah, it'd be great if you want to come on there on a watch along. But then you're working, are you? Sort of for the match, you're going to watch the game, are you? So you'll be watching the match on Monday. So we don't want to disturb you, don't we?
Can I ask your good friend, like, which one he hits the most, Chelsea or the Spurs?
Well,
Right. So you know, at least we have one enemy in common. So my two best friends are are Arsenal fans,
yeah.
huge Arsenal fans. They live in they are Taiwanese. They live in Taiwan. They get up like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning to watch the games. It's crazy, like really, really. And they have like a whole group of Arsenal fan over there, and they go to the same pub and they all cheer up for the team together. It's totally amazing. I would go actually when I go back to Taiwan because I used to live there. My wife is from there. I go watch the game with them, even
Yeah.
if it's Arsenal. And the funny thing is like we have at least one enemy in common, so we kind of like do we like each other's kind of. We
Yeah.
agree. We hate the team.
It's a good football at the end of the game, man. It's just all about banter at the end. It's all about banter, having a good time. It's not like if there's win, lose, or draw. You're going to be mates at the end of the day, and I think that's absolutely amazing. And that's all
Exactly.
Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham as well, sort of thing. Wow, 3 big London clubs there. You know what I mean? We're never going to get across them ever again until we get new ownership. But there you go, man. Listen, I'm going to let you get away. Watch your
Right.
game between Chelsea and Barnsley. I don't know what the score is at the minute. It's 5 minutes gone on all that, but
0-0.
0-0. Well, are you watching it live? If you are, just
Yeah, exactly. It's online right now.
But listen, it's fantastic chatting to you, Lionel. We've
No,
got to
thanks to
do
you.
my guy. And listen, thanks for coming on. And well, I was going to say good luck on Monday, but I say good luck after you play Newcastle. But let's make the
Right.
best team.
Exactly.
You have a good one. And thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks to you. Thanks to you. Have a good evening.
You enjoy your game. Speak to you later, man. Take care. So that is my guy Lionel. Thanks so much for him. And if you do like my channels, could you please stick a like onto my video and please subscribe if you are new. And what a guy is. He's absolutely amazing. And he talks a lot of sense from Japan. He's French Swiss. And I've got to get him back on again because I do love the guy. But I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to do my press conference reaction with the lovely Holly Blades. I didn't even know Steve Bruce did one today. I didn't even know it should have been tomorrow, but he did it today. So, close on the hop a bit, did he? But again, I think he had it easy. And I should tell you what he's been asked tomorrow. I'll get it lined up. Please join us. And it'll be absolutely amazing. And again, I'll let you get away, and I'm going to get this wrapped up because I've been on there quite a bit of time. And until then, keep watching this, and I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.